Hello, what's up? Welcome to my channel. My name is Mari, and today I'm going to be talking about 3 different ways that you can get infants or babies and toddlers to like you. The first tip that I have is to talk in infant-directed speech. So infant-directed speech is basically exactly what it sounds like. It's when you talk to a baby or a young child in a slow, maybe higher pitched voice, and you talk really slow, you extend the words, talk in a positive tone. That is infant-directed speech. If you make eye contact with a young baby and get up close to them if they're really small, you can leave more distance if they're a little bit older. Especially toddlers don't always like eye contact and don't always like when you're close to them. So with toddlers, this might be a little bit different. But overall, with babies, talking in a slow, gentle way will make them just feel more comforted and comfortable around you. Even toddlers like to think that they're still a baby, so that's why this does work for toddlers as well. And a lot of toddlers are still learning so much. Actually, all toddlers are still learning so much, so to talk to them a bit slower can't hurt, basically. Another thing is that babies pick up on tone more than anything, so even though they don't understand the words you're saying, you could really say anything to them. But talking in like a positive, kind tone is the most important thing. You don't want to be sounding harsh or anything like that, because infants can pick up on tone, and if you're sounding argumentative or mean, they likely are not going to like that. My second tip is to approach them slowly. Start a little bit ways away and maybe move like your hand closer to them so that they can see your hand, and then scoot a little bit closer at a time. That way you're not just a whole new person coming up to them super fast and freaking them out. They can kind of get comfortable with you as you slowly approach them. Like I said, with toddlers, eye contact can be a hit or a miss. Some toddlers really love eye contact. They feel seen, you know, and they just love the attention. Other toddlers might make eye contact with a stranger and just immediately start crying. So kind of feel out if eye contact is a good thing or not if it's a toddler. If it's an infant, then it's almost always going to be a good thing. And if eye contact isn't a good thing with a toddler, they're getting freaked out by you being there, they don't want you to look at them, then maybe just act like you don't see them, but kind of slowly approach, just slowly get closer. Take your time, and eventually they will warm up to you. If the toddler's being really tricky and they're like not having it, total meltdown, doing some funny things to try and distract them is a good strategy. So doing something like, or going on the ground and hiding behind a table and then peeking out at them and hiding again, peeking out. Sort of silly stuff like that can grab a toddler's attention and kind of distract them from the fact that they're scared of you, and maybe make them think that you're more silly than something to be afraid of. Another good strategy to get close to them is to just start playing with their toys. A lot of times toddlers are still really good at sharing. They're not really protective of their own stuff yet. And so if you just go find one of their toys, or, you know, a little car or something, and just start playing with it by yourself, don't look at them, just act like you don't see them, but just start playing, they might come over and start playing with you too. My third and final tip, and this one has to do mostly with babies, is to sway, rock, or bounce them. And this is, of course, when you are already holding them. So let's say you're babysitting and they're crying and they just don't seem to be comfortable with you. The things that you can do to make a baby more comfortable with you, or even a toddler if they're letting you hold them, is to just sway or bounce slowly or rock while you're holding them. These movements actually remind them of when they were in the womb. You can also blow on them gently, so sometimes I'll blow on a baby's nose or face area, and that kind of catches them off guard and makes them like wonder what was that, and distracts them from being sad. You can do Eskimo kiss and do like rub your nose on theirs, and you can also pat their butt, because that is another thing that will kind of remind them of being in the womb and can be soothing. So just making soft movements and breathing, making calming noises like shh, shh, or just taking deep breaths, or softly singing a lullaby while moving them. Movement is just a really big thing for especially the younger ones. A lot of times toddlers don't even want to be picked up, but with babies, just making those smooth movements and making calming noises are really going to be key in helping to calm them down and make them feel comfortable with you. All right, those are my 3 tips. Let me know if they helped you in the comments, or if you feel like I missed anything that you have found that works for you before and I didn't mention it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.